All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. I know I'm late. I know I am late, but I literally just got back home like 10 minutes ago. I had to get, well, for about 15 minutes ago, I had to do some grocery shopping. Yesterday, which was the weekend, I've just been lazy. Lazy day all Sunday. I told myself that I was going to do my live stream discussions on the weekend, but that didn't work out. Life been life and lately, and I had to do some homework. I had to catch up on my other shows. I had to do my other live streams on Twitch. So we beat Black Myth Wukong. Finally got that game out the way. Get me off that game. Took me close to 2 hours to beat the final boss, but we got it. Now I know it's other secret bosses out there, but I just didn't feel like doing all that. So we beat the main game. Um, Now, if that's something that y'all might want to see on Twitch, if y'all want me to fight the secret boss or whatever, let me know. But other than that, I'm done with that game. So you're not gonna see me playing no Elden Ring, no Demon Souls, Dark Souls, none of that. I am good. So right now we do have Guardians of the Galaxy left. We are all I feel like we almost done with that game. Um We got Stellar Blade, so I jumped back on Stellar Blade. I took a break from that, playing it all the way back in April or May time frame. Didn't get back on it since because I knew Black Myth Wukong was coming out. But yeah, we back on Stellar Blade. I feel like we almost about to get that done. I need to do some more side quest offline, and then yeah, I think we about finished with that game too. So we just doing the backlog. We ain't playing no new games. Well, scratch that. Let me rephrase because the title itself, we might be playing some new games. So major things that I'm gonna run down for this stream. We got a whole bunch of stuff coming out for this month. I'm gonna talk about Assassin's Creed Shadows. This might be make or break for Ubisoft. They gotta do this right. Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk he made an announcement on Instagram of a beloved series that is gonna be coming back, and I'm gonna touch a little bit on the Warner Bros. I know there was some cancellations on a few games that are not good for DC. So we're gonna get right to the games for March. Now, I am going to switch up my whatchamacallit, my screen transition. Hold up. All right, bet. Okay, so I'm gonna just run through these. Some of them I care about. I'm gonna spend a little bit more time on them, but other than that, I'm gonna just kind of focus mainly on the top heavy hitters. All right, so Age of Mythology, Two Point Museum, Split Fiction. Now, the games that I am gonna talk about, go more in depth with. I'm gonna switch onto my um other transition. So let's talk about Split Fiction for a second. Coming out for on March 6th for PC, PS5, Xbox SX, and S. I don't know what to call Xbox no more. I'm just calling it Xbox. This game looks fire. This is coming off of the game of the year on what was that game that they came out with? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Something us. I don't know what it's called. Is gonna come to me at the end of the stream, but yeah, it's coming off the success of that. And this game looks tough to where they have two different worlds you can jump to, two different dimensions, and they gave us a trailer where the story looks pretty dope too. So I'm interested in how the story's gonna go. But the gameplay looks solid, storyline looks solid, graphics look amazing. Like this is going back to the true co-op level gameplay, and the other person doesn't even need the game. Like one person has to buy the game, and then you can share it with however you want to do that. So I think that's pretty dope. So that game, I'm keeping a lookout for that game. I'm gonna see how it's gonna do. I'm not gonna get it day one, but I'm gonna see. I'm gonna let it marinate. I'm gonna let them cook for a second, give it some time, and then I'm gonna see how the reviews come and stuff like that. But from what I've seen, no, this game looks super dope, super dope. Now, will it be Game of the Year worthy? Who knows? Now I'm gonna keep taking a sip of my water because I'm thirsty. But no, Split Fiction, I feel like it's gonna be a great game for the people who don't even really play games. This can be just a chill couple game, playing it with your significant other, playing it with the homie, playing with anybody pretty much. Like you don't even really got to be into games like that just to play that. Like coming off of the last one, I had people play that to where they don't even play games like that, but they just like the co-op feel of it. So yeah, you can ride bikes. You could be on the futuristic side, wall run, like pretty much everything you did in the last game is just going to take place in different settings, and I love that. I love in the fantasy world how you can switch um over to like riding around with dragons, growing with the dragon. On the sci-fi side, you got more of a futuristic feel to it, and I'm sure there are different powers and stuff that you can use too. And I love the two protagonists where one is kind of two completely different personalities, and they pretty much got to fight the system on like I forgot what the story like ultimately entails, but uh no, it looks dope. So that's all I gotta say about that. Not a day one, but I'm gonna keep a lookout. I'm gonna keep a lookout for it. All right, so let me go back. All right, Dragonkin, Banished, don't know what that is. Chernobylite, Fragpunk, I know that is a first-person shooter. What else? What else? What else? The new Denpa Wonder Stop, Rise of the Ronin. I heard that was a pretty good samurai game. That was for the PS5 and the Xbox, but now it's coming on the PC. We got Midnight Murder Club. Don't know what that is. Dungeons of Hinterberg. WWE 2K25, March 14th. PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox, and all the other different versions of the Xbox. Now I am a wrestling fan. I love WWE. I know 2K24 was really good. I heard they got really positive reviews. But the thing, oh, by the way, if you, for all my wrestling fans out there, Saturday night was a night we will never ever forget. Shout out to the Elimination Chamber. Shout out to everybody: Bianca Belair, John Cena, Cody Rhodes, The Rock, all the contestants that was in the chamber. Dope. Jade Cargill, dope. It was dope. I loved it. That is one of the major. That is a major twist that we will never forget in wrestling history. It's up there, and I'm gonna leave it at that. But with 2K25, they added in a new feature that I'm not too sure about. So how NBA 2K did the park, like my park or whatever it's called, they implemented that with this game. Now, I don't know how many people are going to be. I believe they said a number. I just forgot what it was. But I don't know how many people are going to be in this. I don't know what the servers are going to look like. I know that it's like a giant map where you can just wrestle with anybody and everybody. But I hope which they probably will. Let me not say hope. The transactions are gonna be the microtransactions are gonna be crazy on this game. I already know it. When you create your own player, they're gonna start adding different merch, different play styles from different wrestlers, old classic. Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna be. So I'm not really counting on it like that. But I know those microtransactions are going to be crazy. So that's coming out March 14th. MLB The Show 25 for all my baseball fans. That's gonna come out March 18th on Switch, PS5. Damn, they putting that on Switch? Okay. Switch, PS5, and all the Xboxes. 33 Immortals. Xenoblade Chronicles is coming to the Switch March 20. I heard that's a really good game. We gonna get to Assassin's Creed Shadows, but that's gonna be coming for the PC, PS5, and all the other versions of the Xbox. Bleach Rebirth of Souls. Now I did see the gameplay for this game. It looks pretty dope. Gives me Dragon Ball, which is the arena type fighter, but they did it right with this one. I feel like they did it right with this, so I'm not mad at this. I don't just want a typical anime game like how they did with Jujutsu Kaisen or any of the One Piece stuff. Like that's filler to me. Or the Demon Slayer game. Like I don't need all that. All right, so yeah, that's coming out for PC, PS4, PS5, and all the Xboxes March 21st. Adamfall, Hitman, World of Assassination, that's a VR game, that's coming March 27th. The First Berserker, Kazan, PC, PS5, Xboxes for March 27th. Rain World DLC, The Watcher, I don't know what that is, and then we're just gonna stop right there because that's gonna be April games. So we are getting some solid remasters. We're getting some definitive edition of different games. We're getting a whole bunch of sports games, indie games. So this is looking like a solid month. Not too crazy like fall. Fall is just gonna be a giant when it rains it pours, as I always say. But yeah, we look like we got some pretty solid games. You will never tell me that you don't have nothing to play. Never. So that is all of the indies remakes or not remakes, remasters coming out. We might have some new stuff that's not even on this list that might release, which is gonna come into my next topic. But let's talk about Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Ubisoft. This is make it or break it for y'all. If this game does not hit the target, I don't know what to say. It might be a wrap for y'all. Y'all have been pretty shaky on the history of Assassin's Creed games. Like the last one, Assassin's Creed Mirage, was mid. It was okay. It was cool, but it wasn't like the others. Those were hitting different. But yeah, Ubisoft. I've been in a love-hate relationship with Ubisoft as of the past few years now. But what they gave us with this game, and I know it's been delayed so many times. That's also what scares me too. But with this game, I don't know. I just feel like with something about this game was piquing my interest. Now I don't know if this is gonna be a day one, but I do want to get this game. It's not steering me away from what I've seen, from how they talked about it in giving details on the gameplay and the story. I'm rocking with it. But all that sounds good on paper. when the game comes out, is it gonna hold up to what they've actually been talking about for these past couple months now? With the delays, I know they've had some flack with cultural aspects of different things. So they had to work with that. We've had a whole bunch of flack with the protagonists, with the not so much the female protagonists, because you get to play two, but more flack on Yasuke and him being a black samurai and cultural differences. I don't. It's a whole bunch of BS stuff. I don't really care about that. Just give me a good game. That's all I care about with a good, decent story, good gameplay, good graphics. But yeah, I don't want to shit on this game. I want this game to succeed. I want Ubisoft to make it. This is what the fans have been wanting for forever. Ever since Assassin's Creed was talked about and was a thing and was a AAA title, ever since we've wanted the setting to be in Japan. We've never got that until now. So don't 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 mess it up. Don't mess it up. Now they did give us more detail on. They gave us a bit more trailers, and like I said, the graphics look beautiful. The game looks amazing. Now people are complaining about how this is a Ghost of Tsushima knockoff or like Ghost of Tsushima esque gameplay. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. If you can copy, not so much copy, but if you can kind of go off their format, go off their template, make it your own, because Assassin's Creed, they already got the format, they already got the foundation. Give us Assassin's Creed in Japan. That's all we want right now. Sure, you can take bits and pieces of Ghost of Tsushima on there. I'm not complaining about that. I'm not mad at that. So I just want this game to be good. But from the trailers that we got, they gave us a little bit more of the gameplay. And I'll touch on two of the characters, Yasuke, and then I forgot her name. Let me look it up. I don't want to. I don't want to butcher it too much. Now, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So let me start with her. I do like the ninja aspect of this. This is what we want. Now, me personally, I would want it to be just that. Like it's whatever to me. Cool, Yasuke's in the picture, but that's more of a. And we're gonna talk about him next. But you get one samurai who comes in heavy hitting, fighting, not so much stealth, and then on the other hand, you get Naal, who's a ninja, stealth, more on the original Assassin's Creed. So I'm gonna definitely be. I already know. Like when I get this game, if and when I get this game, I already know I'm gonna be playing with her more than Yasuke. I'm gonna just be real. I'm gonna keep it real. We want more of the stealth aspect of these types of games. So with her on her side of the gameplay, of course you get the stealth stuff. I think you get like a grappling hook. You get uh of course all the ninja stuff that they showed us, and the way she does stealth kills is super dope. She is way smaller than Yasuke, so she can move around way quicker. So she can do a whole bunch of parkour on top of rooftops and climb like really fast compared to Yasuke. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be using her a lot more. But what what I found pretty dope about this game was the weather mechanic, like the weather aspects of the game. So of course, you get 4 seasons. Now they've done night and day on previous Assassin's Creed games, but we never got anything detailed as this. So of course you get the winter, spring, summer, fall, and the weather actually impacts or actually affects how you move about in the game. So if it's like summertime, fall time, tall trees or like tall grass, you can kind of sneak around in. But when let me not say fall, like springtime, summertime, tall trees or like tall um environment that you can kind of sneak through with ease using uh the elements to your advantage. But when you go to fall time, winter time, trees, the all the leaves begin to brush off. You won't find much greenery, so it'll be less to your advantage, and you'll have more of a difficult time to figure out how you're gonna go about doing certain quests or missions. So I did see in the trailer that during the winter time, the water or like the ponds or lakes they freeze. So in the summertime, you could like go underwater, you could kind of sneak around and like hold your breath and stuff like that. But in the wintertime, the lakes freeze. Can't get in the water. So and it's icy, so you can kind of like it's slippery too. So like I said, it's disadvantages and advantages to the weather elements, which I found super dope. So in the story, I'm curious as to what role is she gonna be playing? What role is Yasuke gonna be playing? Are they good guys or bad guys? How many times are we gonna be switching off with these characters? Can we choose to switch off with these characters? Is it certain mandatory missions to where okay, I got to play as Yasuke, which I'm pretty sure it will. And speaking of him, let's move on to Yasuke. You got this big black dude being as a samurai. You can't really sneak around in Japan when you the outlier. I'm just keeping it real. So with his he's a heavy hitter. So he's gonna go in loud and automatically start to fight. Now I've seen in the gameplay you can do a little bit of stealth with him, but I already know mostly with his missions, you're gonna be fighting like out the gate. And the weapons he uses, the like he hits hard and is violent too, which I love. So I do want to play as now better, like more, but I also want to see how Yasuke plays too. So there just needs to be, I don't know, there needs to be some type of balance, and I'm sure Ubisoft has figured that out. Hopefully, but we'll see. We'll see. So I'm gonna let this game. I'm gonna let this game marinate. It's not gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be a day one. I'm gonna get it on PC. It's not gonna be one of those games where I can just go to GameStop or Best Buy and get like a physical copy. This game, I'm not comfortable with that. Like, if I really want to get a physical copy, it's got to be something that I really mess with. For instance, since I had this laying next to me, Stellar Blade, I really mess with this game. I had to get a physical copy. So, and plus, it'll look better on PC. I just hope it doesn't run into any glitches or none of that stuff. Any bugs, fixes. They delayed this game, I believe, twice. So you had better get all your stuff straightened out. I don't want y'all to fail. I want this game to be a solid, good Assassin's Creed game. We have not had a like an Assassin's Creed game to where it was like, damn, I need to get this. Like Origins was kind of the closest thing to it. Assassin's Creed Odyssey was okay. Valhalla was okay, but those games were just too long. Like the RPG aspects, ever since they moved to RPG, it was just different. Now the previous ones were trash too. I'm not gonna hold you. Those Syndicate was okay. Unity was those bugs. Yeah, it just wasn't. The track record for Assassin's Creed has not been great. I remember playing Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag was the last good Assassin's Creed to me. To me personally, I love Edward Kenway. That's my guy. And I love the pirate aspects of that. And I didn't think it would work honestly, but they made it work. So now is the time we finally got an assassin in Japan. Don't mess this up. I remember when Ubisoft was at its peak in the early 2000s to mid 2010, like all the way to 2010s. We had let me look up some Ubisoft, if I can spell it. Jesus. List of Ubisoft games. All right, so yeah, of course we got like Rayman, we got the early Assassin's Creed games. What else? What else? Of course, we had Splinter Cell. Um, Tom Clancy games. What else? What else? What else? Damn, they made King Kong the official game of the movie. That's dope. Far Cry. Far Cry was that game back then. In my opinion, they kind of fell off with four, and then it was a mid to me. But yeah, it was like we yeah, Ubisoft was in a bad with making so many different types of games. Prince of Persia, completely forgot about that. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, they was in a bag in the 2010s. It's just I don't know what the deal is with this developing studio or this gaming studio. Yo, knock it out the park. I believe in y'all. I don't want y'all to fail. Y'all came out with Mirage. I feel like y'all are kind of gaining more momentum now because Mirage was okay. Mirage was okay. They wanted to get back to the OG mechanics, just in a modern day of the modern systems. But I don't know. We gonna see. We gonna see. Now, going into my next topic, how I said in the list, some games are not even announced, and we might be getting a couple surprises, one or two, maybe three. But our legend, Tony Hawk. Shout out to all the Tony Hawk. Shout out to all the skateboarding fans. If it wasn't for Tony Hawk Pro Skater, I would have never known about skateboarding. I would have never found any interest. So shout out to the GOAT. He put on his Instagram post and on his Twitter, I believe it was somebody else too, one of his friends, his homies. 3-4-25. What does that mean? If you play Tony Hawk Pro Skater, I think you do know what that means. Now, for a second, for me, it didn't click. I'm like 3-4-25. Oh, we got another remaster coming through. Because Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 was a combination. You get both games. I forgot when that came out. But now we're getting Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. I had both of these games. I didn't have 1 and 2, the OGs back in the PlayStation. I did have 3 and 4. 3 I had on the PlayStation, 4 I had on the PS2. I remember I got that game going to Blockbuster. If y'all know, y'all know. But yeah, those are such an iconic games. Like Tony Hawk really, those games put skateboarding on the map. Like black people wasn't even interested in Tony Hawk or any skating figures or just skating as the sport in whole at like as a whole until Tony Hawk Pro Skater came into our lives. This game is very, very, very special to me. So when I saw this announcement, I was like, yo, I'm ready. And it didn't click on the dates. I was like, 3, 4. Okay. So we're getting remastered 3 and 4. Wait a minute. We getting it on 4? We're getting it on the 4th of March? You got my money. You got my money. That's great marketing. Great marketing. I love it. So yeah, we are definitely getting a Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 remastered. Fans have been waiting, and it's coming through. I need all the parks. I need all the characters. I even need the OG soundtrack to come through. Now, for sure, I think it's gonna be updated with some things because they did that with 1 and 2. But I need that old feel back, that early 2000s. I need it back. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to playing Tony Hawk, Pro Skater 3 and 4. So yeah, we might even stream that, but I need to figure that out because the soundtrack. I don't want to get copyright. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for that. That's a game that I was not expecting at all. So yeah, and that tomorrow comes out tomorrow. Daredevil comes out tomorrow. We got some big things this month. So yeah, we are going to be very, 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 very busy with some of these drops. So another thing that I kind of wanted to touch on, I don't know how long I'm gonna go for that, but um Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers cancels, what was the game that they, I'm doing this real time too. I'm looking this up because I completely forgot about the game that got canceled. Let me see. Let me see. Man, what is that game? Um, what is that game? It's like Smash Bros. Multiverses. There you go. Multiverse. So we got news that Multiverses is being canceled after everything that they've worked on. They've added so many characters in this game. They were building this game up. Now we knew it was never gonna be up to Smash Bros. Level. Like we know that, but at least have something to compete with it. Like they had a very good roster. I wasn't mad at the roster that they had, and the game was actually pretty fun. And they like I said, they built all this stuff up. They added in new characters from whole bunch of different shows and movies, and they up and canceled it. Now, I don't know why they did that because the game was building up to be something great, but I feel like, and this goes with business, if it's not making enough revenue of what the top business people are seeing, because all they're seeing is the numbers. I highly doubt that the big timers are not playing or at the low are going at the lowest level playing these games. All they want to see is what the sales are going to be, what the numbers are. If the numbers are not adding up to what they want, cut it off. We're going to start something new. And I'm like, bro, no, you got to give this time to cook. Like, it's getting to a point where, with this new generation of gaming, big corporations are coming in and making executive decisions and not really listening or caring what the consumer is wanting. Now, I'm looking at this from a business standpoint, um, which is fair. Yeah, you got to look at it from that angle, but you can't keep changing it up because you gotta give us what we want as consumers. So you gotta listen to us too. You gotta Sales are important, yes, but I don't know. I just feel like these big corporations now, it's not what it used to be. It's not. It's definitely not what it used to be back in the 2010s or the early night or the early not 90s but the early 2000s, mid 2000s. Um, Microtransactions like ruin some of these games, not some, most, and it's getting to a point where it's like the money is overtaking the joy of the game. It's not what it used to be anymore. The fun is going out now. So we really got to be more better, more better. We really got to be careful with that. Um, yeah. And speaking of another canceled game, we was about to get Wonder Woman. What happened to that? That would have been dope. I don't know. Again, these big corporations are thinking only of sales and the money and the revenue. This game could have been dope too. Like DC, bro, DC, yo, DC, and that's a whole another tangent. But I'm not gonna go in there. I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna just say this: DC is teetering. Superman has got to save it. If this movie does not do, just like Ubisoft, if this Superman does not do well when it comes out, DC, it's a wrap for you, bro. This movie gotta land. It's gotta land. I don't know why they didn't. I don't know why they closed this project out. Wonder Woman would have been a dope game. You could have brought the fighting mechanics of Batman into Wonder Woman, or it would have been dope. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Like if you pay attention of last year of Suicide Squad game, that game was trash. Garbaggio. Straight dumpster juice. They were so focused on, okay, we got to try something new. And I get it. You want to you don't want the games to all be the same. So I get a little bit of change, but they completely veered off from what Rocksteady was made of. And it was a Rocksteady game, which I was completely surprised of. Don't ever, don't ever give us Suicide Squad again. Y'all went straight Avengers. And y'all know how ass Avengers was. Don't ever do that again. They were looking at the transactions and they were looking at the money wise. They were adding so many different things in there that was completely different from what Rockstar was doing. Not Rockstar, Rocksteady was doing. We got three good Batman games: Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, which was the best one, Arkham Knight, Suicide Squad could have been a banger. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was at all. So yeah, just like pay attention to how these studios are changing because of these games have now gotten so big. Major corporations and companies are looking at this like, oh, this is a sale, just like music, just like music. But games back then weren't as big to where um you need some type of deadline to where and the game just won't be good. Now, I don't really know the details of everything. I'm just spitting out what comes to mind, what I think is going on. But yeah, I can definitely see a turn in this generation of gaming, and these microtransactions are not it. Now, you can do microtransactions. I'm not saying don't do that, but like if your game is completely filled with that and nothing but that, and your previous games have not been that at all, don't do that. Don't do that. You can only, I will say, the only thing that's microtransactionable is Fortnite, 2K. Everything else, I don't want to have to buy. I want to, when you give me a $60, $70 game, $70, excuse me, it's about to be 90 with these tariffs. But anyway, if you give me an expensive game, I expect to get my money's worth. Now you gonna get bugs and glitches or whatever. That's we've gotten that before. But I don't want an incomplete game. I don't want to. I don't want a game that has to be patched several different times throughout the year just for it to be fixed. I don't want no microtransactions. I don't want none of that. I want a good game. Mind you, this is coming from a single player guy too. I love story. I love single player. I don't really play multiplayer like that. I'll make exceptions, but um oh, another thing, big multiplayer game come out. I completely forgot. Monster Hunter Wilds. Shout out to all the Monster Hunter Wilds Monster Hunter fans out there. I know y'all are heavy, heavy, heavy in this game. So kudos to y'all. Go at it. Have fun. Now I did hear mixed reviews though. I've been hearing the game is good, but I've also been hearing it be crashing a lot. It's a lot of bugs in there. So it's definitely gonna be some patches to that. No, that's pretty much it. That's all that I wanted to touch on. I'm gonna try my best to do more live streams. I know the last one has been a while. Not gonna lie, been a while. But working a full time job with class on top of that, I can only do certain things on the weekends. You lucky I'm doing this on the weekday. So, um, yeah, we're gonna try and figure out a schedule to where we can do as many of these as we possibly can, and then after that, I'll split them up into videos, chop them up into shorts or TikTok reels, whatever. But yeah, those are the main things I wanted to touch on. Talked about the games for March. Talked about Assassin's Creed Shadows, make it or break it. Ubisoft, I want y'all to succeed. I want this to be a good game for y'all. I don't want this to fail. Like I said, we've been wanting an Assassin's Creed set in Japan ever since the series started. So, yeah, good luck. We got Tony Hawk, Pro Skater 3 and 4, possibly, most likely coming tomorrow. And I touched on the Warner Bros. Cancels and what we could have had, and the impact of microtransactions. So yeah, 40 about 45 minutes in, I think we did pretty good. So if you are new, welcome. Please like, subscribe, share, comment down below if you want to see some more. What games are y'all playing? Comment down below. Follow me on Twitch. Follow my second channel. Whatever you miss on Twitch, I will post on my second channel. So right now, I am playing Stellar Blade, Guardians of the Galaxy. We just got done with Black Myth Wukong. I should pat myself on the back with that, because that game we had that game since August. That was a day one that we got. I understand. I now understand it's game of the year worthy. Good game though, solid game. Raising my blood pressure up, but solid game. And so yeah, I will see y'all on the next stream. And I hope y'all have a good rest of the week. I know it's just Monday, but we're gonna get there. So I will see y'all on the next one. Deuces.